Timekeeper, part 2 coming at you about the beef.
Peace and blessings to everybody that's out there listening. You know, I want to continue on what I was previously talking about, as far as debating, and people, wanting to battle.
And being petty.
Yeah, it's honestly, this is January 22nd, and it's not time for that anymore. And the reason why I tell you that it's not time for that anymore, because when you look at, as far as, let's look at the presidential situation right now, and look at senators and representatives. they debate, and you know what they debate about? BS.
Right.
And you know what that debate does? It actually keeps you blinded to what's really going on.
Yeah. Because
when you look at, as far as a prize fight between, let's say, two heavyweight champions, let's say when Muhammad Ali, fought George Foreman.
Right.
When you look at that, who put that together? It was Don King who put that together.
That's right.
So you had two people fight, and you had a champion, but who actually really got paid?
Right.
It was Don King, who's actually, right now sitting back pretty with the majority of the money in their pocket. The promoters.
Always.
The ones who are behind the scenes, the ones who host, as far as, the debates. The debaters, they may, maybe get some of the praise, and some of the props. But, look at them now. So, when you look at, the debates, as far as, in our history, look at one of the greatest debates, as far as, of all time, was between W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. Now, those two people are great people, as far as, in our history. But do you like one more than the other? Is one loved and the other one hated? Or is one hated more than the other one is loved?
Just a crazy, silly confusion of vibration.
Both men loved our people.
Right.
Both men, sacrificed their lives. Both men are written down, as far as in history. Both men returned to our ancestors the last century, not the last decade. This was in the 20th century.
That's right.
This was in the 1900s that this debate happened between those two men. That's when there was time for debates, back then. In the 60s and 70s, 80s, and maybe up into the 90s. But I'll be honest, once Brother Khaled had left the scene, my interest, as far as in debates, as far as it kind of just left. Kind of like, as far as when Michael Jordan, when he retired from basketball, he took a lot with him. And Michael Jordan, he's doing his thing now, as far as part ownership, as far as
teams and stuff.
Yeah. In basketball, he's not even on the player level, and he's trying to make even more millions of dollars. So what I'm saying is that he was once a player in the game. Now he watches players play the game. So all y'all who out there who think you want to debate somebody and go up to somebody with some knowledge and challenge them, you can't even. I challenge you this. I bet you can't even go into a church and transform one individual in that church. Some of these churches, not all these churches, because some of these churches, they need to be ran up into and transformed. I gonna
challenge.
Yeah, but some of these churches, they will run you out, because they use, as far as that black nationalistic thought that you preach about.
That's right. That
you can't coordinate, as far as within your own community. Your own neighbors don't even know that you are conscious persons. Your own people that you work with don't even know, as far as you that type of conscious person. So when you walk the streets, or I'm sorry, you don't walk the streets. You probably drive all the time. You don't ever go for no walk nowhere. Don't talk to nobody, but you want to talk about people. And And as far as, you know, with especially, you know, with our sisters out here who are like what Nas said, you know, a black girl lost. You don't want to talk to them and uplift them. You just want to, you know, try to do your thing to where, you know, they just give you props, you know, and give you praise, especially as far as, you know, y'all who are of our Muslim brothers who come over here from other countries.
Yeah.
See, you'll set up shop as far as, you know, in a store and sell clothing that will degrade our women, but you don't want, as far as, you know, try to enlighten our women to as far as, you know, why they shouldn't dress as far as, you know, a certain way.
Right.
You know, you'll give them as far, you know, for money, because I've seen some of y'all as far as, you know, in the city in Charlotte, North Carolina, so-called Muslims.
Sell swine too in their store.
Exactly, so-called, you know, Muslims. But then again, y'all, some of y'all, not all y'all, because some of y'all, you know, the love is starting, you know, to show both ways, but some of y'all will sit there and try to talk trash, you know, about, you know, the teachings as far as, you know, why it was taught, you know, the certain way. Because some of y'all, it's going to get to y'all, because I'm going to send this to you as far as, you know, on YouTube. Y'all that still want to try to talk trash and cause division between, you know, the Nation of Islam and the community between, you know, War of Deen Muhammad. See, what you don't know, or what you do know but you won't put out there, as far as the many times that those two brothers came together and squashed all that beef.
And I like to say too, what's that king that I can't stand that's a Muslim, that all Muslims think he a Muslim?
You talking about the son, King Faisal from Saudi Arabia.
What's his name?
King Faisal from
King
Saudi.
Faisal? Fuck King Faisal. He ain't no damn Muslim. I just want y'all Muslims to know that too. If he could let aircraft come in his country with the Air Force and drop missiles in his country and slime everybody and billions of dollars, and he gave $1 billion to China in their giant earthquake, why can't he give the same amount of money to Haiti?
Well, you know, and see, and I was reading about that, you know, earlier on, as far as, you know, why you express that. Is that, you know, when people, you know, when people express themselves like that, you know, because if this ever does, you know, get to the king or people who of Saudi Arabia, you know, or people who know the king, we question as far as why you would give $50 million cash to China when that was just a city that was affected, but this was a nation of people.
But you say you love Allah.
That's part of the United Nations. How much money, you know, as far as, you know, did you bless them with? Because those same people in Haiti, just like when Malcolm X, when he did go over, you know, to Mecca and the Honorable Elijah, when they did go over to Mecca, y'all did have still in the 20th century, y'all still did have African slaves in the city.
Still do today in Sudan and places, and let them get hurt and raped and do them wrong.
So, you know,
benefit off it.
So, you know, it's just a question. It's just a check, because, you know, your grandchildren, what I read, you know, with this king, as far as, you know, in Saudi Arabia, each one of his grandchildren, they get a check every month for $15,000. Now, I'll be honest with you, I love my children, and I definitely, you know, if I'm blessed to have grandchildren, I love them too. But I'm not giving them money just to give them money. Because what happens is that your grandchildren and some of your children in the Saudi family, royal family, and it's on YouTube and other channels, what they do, they turn out to be oppressors. And they turn out to be just like how Saddam Hussein was. Even though Saddam Hussein wasn't no Arab, but his children, they were oppressors.
Right.
Because they don't really, you know, study, you know, what Islam and Prophet
really about
Muhammad is really all about.
Right.
And see, and that's why majority, that's why a lot of y'all come up over here, because they want to get away from that. That's why a lot of the Muslims over here, they actually, and just like how a lot of our people, how they used to hate, you know, Koreans and Chinese when they set up shop, you know, up over here.
Right.
You know, they have a certain amount of love for us, but if you don't show love and respect for yourself, they're gonna take advantage of you.
Pretty much, the law of attraction.
And so, you know, that's why I want to just continue on, man. The beef, the drama, the friction that y'all wanted to keep portray out there, yeah, it has to stop. But when somebody sets you and comes at you, best believe it's for a reason. When he said that about you, King, from Saudi Arabia, he said it for a reason. It wasn't to hurt your feelings. It wasn't because you're not, you know, by nature a wicked person. But you got billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. What are you going to do to help out the world?
Peace.